You're watching KWQC TV, the news leader, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Registration is underway for an inspiring and transformative event dedicated to empowering women from all walks of life. More on the GLOW conference now in its second year.
Plus, a look behind the scenes at local nonprofit Humility Homes and Services. We'll hear more about supportive housing, from emergency shelters and veterans programs to ways the community can support their mission.
And in our wins of the week, an exciting March Madness victory for the Iowa men's basketball team and, of course, the team's fans. Hello and welcome to Quad Cities Live.
Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Kyle Keel alongside my co-host Morgan Otier. The GLOW Conference is back for its second year, bringing even more energy, inspiration, and empowerment to the Quad Cities.
Yes, this growing movement is all about helping women step into leadership, build meaningful connections, and truly own their success, both professionally and personally.
Yeah. Joining us now is the founder of GLOW, Dr. Ladrina Wilson, along with Maria Contreras Huerta from the GLOW Conference Planning Committee. Ladies, thank you both for being here today.
Of course, thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
So Ladrina, we want to start with the bigger picture here. What was the idea behind the GLOW Conference?
Yeah, there's so many talented women in this community that oftentimes I get to interact with, and I can see their talent better than they can see it in themselves. And so this is a space where we can all kind of support each other, take care of each other, find your hype girl, but also get connected to tools and resources to help you actualize your potential.
And remind us, Ladrina, what does GLOW stand for, and how do those pillars kind of showcase themselves in this conference?
It's growing, leading, owning the win. Women often attribute their successes to other people or luck, so we want people to have the confidence to own their wins. But we also want to position people who are in entrepreneurship or who are in leadership to have the support they need, not just in their women's community, but also like at home from their partners, and really in their jobs as well.
Yeah, what a great message and mission. So Maria, this is the second year, so obviously I'm guessing the response the first year of the GLOW Conference was fantastic.
It was. We heard a lot of good things. People are really excited, and the second time around we were more excited to include more people, and we're just ready for it.
Yeah, in many ways, Maria, this sounds like, you know, second year for the event. It's going to be a little bit bigger than last year. Is there anything new or expanded or anything that people can look forward to, especially if they were part of it last year?
I would say that this year we have more structure when it comes to the workshops. We cut them down a little bit. We wanted to be more intentional with the workshops that we're having. There's also intentional dedicated times for networking because we value that. We want connections to be made, and we're giving them the space to do that. And then we have somebody from the small business development team that's going to be sitting down doing one-on-one consultations, so that one's really exciting.
That is great. Yes.
And of course you've got a keynote speaker, Ladrina. Tell us more about her and what makes her so significant and the right fit for the GLOW Conference.
Yeah, Raval Davis is a phenomenal speaker, but she's also like a body positivity specialist, and a lot of women deal with issues with their image, and so we just want to position people to have someone. She's an actress as well, and so she's been in front of people and has been on stages and just kind of helping people with their presence and their poise, but also supporting women's empowerment.
Yeah, that's going to be very exciting to hear from her and hear her speak on all those different topics. I want to go back, Maria, just briefly when you were talking about some of those breakout sessions. So what are some of those? I won't make you list all of them, but maybe some of interest that people will be excited to be part of.
Yes, the one that we're really excited about, or the one that's been really popular right now that people are talking about, is embracing your culture in a time of division. With the climate that we have going on, I think it's a very important topic for us. Also AI, we have one with Padmini Soni, who's an AI strategist, who's going to be coming to talk to us about how to use AI tools to better our small businesses. Then there's one that we're talking about financial freedom. And then ways to use your capital for funding small business as well. And then we have a really exciting one where we talk about how girlhood behaviors shape who you become as a woman. So those are just a few. There's
Wow, that
that's
is
a lot more.
Yeah.
super interesting.
Yeah, it is. So, you know, there's several breakout sessions as well, Ladrina. So can you talk more about those?
Yeah, so she's named quite a few of them, and I think part of the most important piece is like there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
So whether it's talking about how you move your body, you know, for physical and mental health well-being, all the way to the financial freedom, it's a really a wide variety. The most important piece, though, is we work hard, but we play hard too. So we like have our champagne toast, and we do all the things at the Glow
the
Conference.
magic word.
Yes, you're like, I'm signing up now.
Yeah.
There's champagne there.
Yeah, you guys can finish this interview, right? I was signing up to do. Something that is really fun as well is this pre-conference workshop that you do. And this is not new. This is something that you did last year as well. It happens the day before. So what is that designed for, I guess, and what makes that experience a little bit different from the workshop itself?
Yeah, these are deeper dive conversations where people can sign up to be part of the pre-conference experience, smaller groups.
Okay.
We're looking at how to kind of build your empire while not like crashing out or burning out. So that's one that I'll be hosting. And then we're also doing a deeper dive on financial freedom. But it's followed by a networking happy hour that anybody who's registered for the conference can go to. Okay. So if you want a deeper dive, we have an option for you, but also just the networking piece is incredibly important.
That is huge.
Yeah, and it sounds like you've had a lot of support in your first year from the community. But Maria, how can businesses and other people get involved and participate this year?
Yes, there's a few ways. Companies can send their employees. That's a way that can help us.
Sure.
Also, spreading the word. We've had to do a lot of that, just getting people to join us. And then organizations can see this as a way to offer leadership development for their employees as well.
Yeah.
What kind of response did you get last year after hosting this conference? I just, even like seeing the photos that we had on the screen, it looks so joyful and it just looks like such a good time. I mean, even beyond the networking, which is so important, especially among women. What were people saying to you after?
Yeah, I can tell you we've had some people who've made some life-changing decisions as a result of going to the conference, from gaining new employment, advancing in their careers, to reaching out and asking for help in ways that they never would have before, to mentorship, to making their partners be partners at home so that they're not carrying as much of the load both in their profession but at home. So we've gotten a lot of positive feedback from the past participants.
That's wonderful.
Sounds like this is just the beginning. So where do you see this in the future? Where do you see the Glow Conference in the future?
I wasn't ready for that question. Well, I do think there are opportunities for us to consider how we engage people between the conference and now. So that's something that we'll be working on in the next year. But also we're looking for feedback from the community. If you tell us what you want, we're willing to try to position ourselves to kind of build that. But ultimately the goal is to just get more women in positions where they feel not just confident but also well-resourced to be able to advance their careers and their businesses.
Oh, I love it. Well, here's the info on the screen. The Glow Conference. It is set for Saturday, April 11th from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at Bally's Quad Cities in Rock Island. There again is a pre-conference workshop and networking event on Friday, April 10th at Common Cord in downtown Davenport. To register for the conference, the workshop, and the networking events, just visit glowempowerment.org. Thank you both for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
It should be a great event. Yes, absolutely.
Coming up on QCL, from emergency shelters to veterans programs, we're taking a deeper look at the services provided by local nonprofit Humility Homes.
QC, that's where we work best when we're together. QC, that's where is brought to you by a partnership with the Quad Cities Chamber and Visit Quad Cities.
And today in our QC That's Where feature, we are showcasing the impact of Humility Homes and Services, a member of the Quad Cities Chamber. The nonprofit is committed to ending homelessness in our region by providing housing opportunities and supportive services. More on that to come, but first, a look at the organization as a whole.
Imagine that you lost your job, you lost your health insurance, and then you come home and there is a note on the door.
Homelessness can hit any of us. You know, life can happen. We can be healthy today and, you know, just a health crisis can lead us to where we lose hours at work and then now we can't pay our rent.
So you're in a constant panic mode and survival mode, or you're literally living in your car.
You lose access to getting your mental health medication. You lose access to getting your heart medication. You have no idea where to go. You've called 20 places. Nobody's answering. What are you going to do? Homes and Services is a local nonprofit. We've been around since 1990. We specialize in everything related to housing. So everything from street outreach to an emergency shelter to supportive housing services and affordable rentals.
We're housing first. We meet people where they're at. We're one of the only low barrier shelters in the community.
If you Google us, go on Facebook, we're the #1 housing agency that will pop up. And you call us and we'll tell you, come into shelter. We have a space for you. We'll welcome you as you are and help you rebuild from there.
And what we do is we house them, but then we also provide services while they're in our program. So they're connected to a service coordinator here at Humility that will follow them through their entirety here within the program to help them navigate services.
We're here to help. We're here to be that person to walk alongside you to say, this is what you do. This is how you can. You will be okay.
So at our Jubilee campus, we serve as a drop-in center for individuals who are unsheltered. It gives them a place to shower, change clothes. In addition to that, we collect donations. All those donations go back into the individuals that we serve. A lot of times that gap, we're not able to put furniture or provide hygiene supplies and things like that. Through the donations that we receive from the community, we're able to put those things back into people's homes. We're able to help individuals make their house a home.
If you're out on the streets just trying to survive, you may have no idea where to go for mental health or substance abuse services, and that's where we come in and can help navigate that. It gives them a peace of mind. It lets you relax. It improves your mental health just to have a place to live.
There'll always be somebody that's going to be experiencing a housing crisis due to mental health, substance abuse, loss of income. But when you call someone for assistance, it means that we'll be able to make your homelessness rare, brief, and one time. You come in, you have a shelter bed, and then we have a housing support option for you to go into.
Recently, we had an individual who was living in a tent, multiple health conditions. So it was just a lot of things that were just not working in his favor. But, our street outreach team was able to connect with this individual, and we were able to place him in supportive housing, and he can start to work on all those other things, his mental health, his physical health. In his situation, I truly believe he would have died on the streets if it wasn't for our program.
On our end, if we have the funding to do so, we're always going to be able to provide the participants we're working with safe, clean, stable homes instead of putting them in something where maybe things aren't working or things are deteriorating.
Community is Us is our capital capacity campaign that is $2.9 million that will help support 152 units of our housing through capital improvement, as well as supporting additional capacity items to help those who are experiencing homelessness and housing instability find stability.
Community is Us allowed us to revamp our laundry room, and then we were able to put in industrial washing machines.
Community is Us has allowed us to invest in a resource coordinator as well as a SOAR worker. Both of those positions assist those who are experiencing literal homelessness.
Those funds that Community is Us provides allows us to, be able to offer things like bus passes for individuals who are looking for work, or IDs, or Social Security cards, birth certificate, things that can help them stabilize and move on from our shelter.
We were able to use those fundings as well to make sure that these homes are stable, they're safe, they're secure, they're clean. Projects that we have done would be anything from providing, updated appliances or painting, flooring, secure doors, things like that, just to make sure that, they're coming from the streets, hotels, anywhere, and that they're able to come into a safe place.
You can make a difference by donating directly to our Community is Us campaign. It can be something as small as $5 or $26, which would help keep someone in their apartment while they're rebuilding their lives, up to as much as legacy gifts. We accept donations of properties, we accept donations of vehicles, as everything matters in helping those in our community.
Community is Us helps us make more success stories and give stability.
Join us in our vision of ensuring that everybody in the Quad Cities has a place to call home.
You can make a difference. Community is Us.
And coming up on QCL, continuing our conversation on Community is Us, we'll sit down with Humility Homes and Services, learning more about that new campaign and the impact of your donations.
Quad Cities Live continues.
Homelessness is a growing concern nationwide and here at home, and local organizations are stepping up in a big way to meet that need. After a 2-year planning process, Humility Homes and Services has officially launched a major new capital campaign aimed at creating real, lasting change in our community. Joining us with more on Community is Us is CEO Ashley Velez Hagler. Ashley, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here, and nice job to your entire team on the piece that we just aired.
Yes.
It was just very informative. So for people that feel like they may know a little bit about Humility Homes or feel like they know a lot, I think we all learned something new by watching that. So thank you. So as I just mentioned, getting to this point has been a 2-year planning process. So what inspired the creation of this Community is Us campaign?
Yeah, so it started actually by Scott County in 2022. Wow. We received home ARPA funds, so American Rescue Plan, that were recovery dollars from COVID.
Yep.
They had donated $2 million to us to be able to purchase properties, to have some supportive housing and affordable rentals. Well, we got the properties and we realized, well, there was a lot of landlords that, you know, were kind of doing their own work. So between that and the other properties we owned, we realized in order to keep our rents affordable, we needed to do a capital campaign to upgrade, modernize, be able to allow ADA accommodations always. And then it was also a strategic vision because, like you mentioned, homelessness is growing. Right. So we looked at where gaps in our system, gaps within our agency to provide additional support to participants. Wow. And that's where the capacity portion came in, so it's comprehensive altogether.
Quite an undertaking,
yes,
to say the very least. You had a lot on your hands there. So as we mentioned, this campaign just launched. So what does this moment feel like for you and the rest of your team?
So wrong to say relief. I'm just kidding.
It is not.
It's 2 years in the making of it, but it was also really exciting to see those that we received support from early on, and that when we were meeting with funders and supporters in our quiet phase where they were like, yes, absolutely, it's needed. We believe in your mission. We believe in housing in the community. Yeah. And so it's been great to then also share the love and share the support, like the Ryan Foundation, Essentia Credit Union, Hubble Waterman Foundation, Regional Development. They've all been early donors who believe in the mission, and so it's been nice to then say, okay, let's go public with it.
Yeah, okay. So one thing that we touched on is the numbers here in the Quad Cities when it comes to homelessness. So actually has increased, and these are numbers that you provided for us, increased by 40% over the past 2 years. Statewide, numbers are actually trending down, but that's not happening here. So what are you all seeing?
Yeah, so our unhoused numbers is definitely where we've seen the 40% increase of it. And why we think we're going down in it, or why ours has gone up and the rest of the state has gone down, is because there are places where local governments have been investing more than our governments have for a longer time. They've done some innovative things to say, listen, this will work. We also have one of the highest eviction rates in the country. We're 40th out of the entire United States to evict, so that's part of the issue too. So it's just a cluster of everything together, but we, you know, with the campaign, we're grateful for it. We know there's some really important conversations coming up with funders and government and the chamber all at one table, which we're really excited about, to be able to then hopefully have ours start to trend down.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that is the vision after all. 2.9 million, of course, is a very big number. So where are you seeing that funding making the biggest impact?
Yes, most of it is in upgrades to our housing. About 2 million or 1.9 million is in the upgrade to our housing. So we own and operate 152 units throughout the Quad Cities. Wow. So yeah, so a lot of it is there. So looking at it, it's roofs, it's furnaces, it's toilets, you know, the cost of things.
Things we take for granted,
yes,
many of us.
Absolutely. Yeah. Also, the cost of taking down a dead tree is like astronomical to me. I'm like, what? Like, you want $4,000 for a tree? But anyway, so all that stuff like adds up, right?
Yes, it does.
And it's like inflation has gone up, and so it's had an impact. So that's where most of it's going in. Yeah. Because to us, we want to make sure that myself or anybody on my team will live in the property that we own. If we wouldn't live in it, we don't want somebody else to live in it. And then also, you know, we have the ability, if I want a new floor, I can put a new floor in, right? At my house, they don't always have it, so we want to make sure that people that are renters and people that are low income who we serve, they still feel the sense of pride and they get that new floor, they get the new appliances, you know, that kind of thing. So it's not like they're going to someplace dingy. So that's the bulk of it.
That's the bulk of it.
Yeah.
And as we heard in the story as well, staffing is also a key factor. So we'll definitely get that posted on our website so that people can go back and see it and show their support. Humility Homes and Services does have an emergency shelter. It's located at 1016 West 5th Street in Davenport. If you need immediate assistance, you can call that number there on your screen. There's also a number you can call for help for veterans. Lots of different programs here. To learn more, visit humilityhomes.org. And Ashley, congratulations to you and the entire team, and thank you for being here today.
Absolutely, thank you for having me.
We appreciate you stopping by. All right, still to come on QCL, a hoppin' good time as we share our wins of the week. That's next. All right, it is Friday, which means it is time for some wins of the week. So let's start with you because I'm officially like curious after I read about Hoppin' Good Time.
Yeah, so I was off yesterday and it was such a beautiful day. So we spent a lot of time outside, and on my honey-do list was to help put this trampoline up. Aww. The kids got it for Christmas, and since Christmas they've been begging to get it up. Well, luckily, I'm not even going to say anything, but we've got some nice weather. So we got the trampoline up. The kids had an absolute blast. Dad got on it as well. Now, this is made for kids, but it holds up to 400 pounds.
Okay. So it's okay.
So it's okay. So I got on there and I decided that I was going to do my little trick, which is just like I was going to cross my legs and sit down while my bottom hit the ground.
No.
It didn't really hurt that much. It was just very jarring because I didn't expect it to happen. And my wife looks at me and was like, "Why would you do that?" I'm like, "I don't know," because it lays a little closer to the ground. But needless to say, the kids had a blast. We were on it all day yesterday. Wife texted me earlier and said that they were on it again today, and I'm sure I'm going to go home and they'll want to go out again.
Still going to be on it. Yeah.
What about your win?
That's wonderful. So my win is technically has absolutely nothing to do with me, but of course,
it's a lot of people's win.
Yes, it's a lot of people's win. It's a win for the fans, right?
Absolutely.
So that's from the Iowa Hoops Instagram. So that's the Iowa Hawkeyes putting their own name there on the bracket. And so Darby and I, we were at Riverside Grill there yesterday and actually got a seat. They even had like a band, like a Hawkeye band, like playing the fight song and like, you know, In Heaven.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so it was kind of fun to watch it with a crowd of people.
Oh, I'm sure.
And everybody just went absolutely wild. I mean, I was 2 years old the last time the Iowa Hawkeye men's team was in the Elite Eight. And I just want to say, I went here, I'm an alumni, so obviously this is like exciting for me. But a big shout out to the Illini as well. I've tried to stay up and watch that game. It was difficult. I did fall asleep, but I waited until they had quite a substantial lead before I fell asleep. So congrats to the Illini fans too. It's really exciting to have Big Ten teams make it this far.
Yeah, tomorrow's going to be very exciting for
It's going to be
a lot
exciting,
of fans.
like a total nail biter. But yeah, I think either way, people are going to be like just elated for either team.
Congrats
to
both.
Congrats to both. And before we go, a quick programming note: KWQC will air more Major League Baseball next week, so you can watch the Royals home opener Monday from 3 until 6 p.m. So that means we will see you again Tuesday afternoon at 3.
We'll see you then. Thank you for watching. Jeopardy is up next. Have a great weekend.